Okay, so you just got your first Airbnb and now you are deciding on which security camera to use. After some searching, you realize there are a lot of options to choose from, and now you're stuck. So currently I have 3 Airbnbs and actually working on my 4th one right now, documenting that whole series. So if you want to see how that looks like from start to finish, subscribe to the channel and hopefully that video will be coming out soon. So first off, why do you need a security camera for your Airbnb? Aren't they not allowed, or don't people frown upon them? There's all these articles about how guests find these hidden security cameras in their listing and freak out. On that note, security cameras are completely allowed as long as they are properly disclosed in the listing description. Now there's 2 ways you can go with the security cameras. You can have them inside of your house. That's fine as long as they're properly disclosed and that they are not in any of the private areas such as a bathroom or a bedroom, and so that they are not pointing in any of those areas. So if you had one in the living room and it was pointing towards the bedroom, Airbnb wouldn't allow that. And if a guest saw that, they have a good case on their hands. If you decide to put them in your house, the best way to do it is to keep them in common spaces and shared spaces such as living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, the hallway, as long as it's not pointed towards a bedroom. Normally, I would recommend people from not even putting them in your homes in the first place because it'll just save you a lot less headache. But I actually keep one in my home because I'm doing a house hack / rental arbitrage. So I live here with other guests and my personal belongings are here. So whenever I'm not here, I would like to have an extra set of eyes in the house. Now it's all properly disclosed in my listing so that I can have accountability from guests checking in to confirm that they're bringing in the right number of guests that they listed on the reservation. You wouldn't believe how many times I had people say they're checking in just by themselves and then show up with like 3 other people. If you're an Airbnb host, you feel my pain. Now let's move on to where you really should have your security cameras, which is on the outside of your house. If you have a traditional house, then you probably have a front door and a back door. That's where I would recommend putting your security cameras. Like I said, you want security cameras on the outside of your home so that you can help confirm the number of guests that are actually arriving at your house to prevent parties from happening or large gatherings. The other use for having them out there is to help confirm when your packages were delivered or if they were stolen. Because I don't know about you, but I have monthly deliveries going to these units such as toilet paper, garbage bags, soap, all that stuff. I have that stuff shipped to that Airbnb unit so that I can bring them in or have a friend bring them in for me instead of delivering it to myself and then taking it all the way out there to replace it. And another use case for these cameras is to help document whether or not a guest walks out with your smart TV. Yes, this has happened to me, and it's always good to have the evidence to show to Airbnb when this happens because then they will cover you under their host guarantee. The first security camera that I ever purchased was the Blink XT2. Blink is an Amazon-owned company, and when I was searching for security cameras, they were one of the most highly rated, so I figured, hey, it's an Amazon brand. I'll have good customer support through them. If anything goes wrong, they should be able to help me out. Overall, I had a good experience, but after these years of doing Airbnbs and going through other cameras, I've pinpointed my requirements that I am personally looking for. With the Blink security system, there were 2 cons that really stood out and would prevent me from purchasing them again. First con is the cloud subscription service. Anytime there's motion detected on these cameras, they will start recording and save that footage to the camera. It would only save up to a certain amount, and if you wanted access to everything, then you would have to purchase their subscription monthly plan. And I personally hate subscription plans. So if there's a way to get out of it, I'm always looking for an alternative solution. The second con is that the battery life was not good. I think in the beginning it was fine, but recently on the 2nd year, I've noticed I was changing the battery out at least once a month. And I understand there are a lot of factors that play into battery life, such as foot traffic, temperature, distance from the Wi-Fi router, how many times you're operating the app and viewing live footage. With all that factored in, it still was very annoying for me to show up to the Airbnb like once a month to consistently change out the batteries. Now, I will say that I recently bought another Blink XT2 a few months ago when I was setting up my new Airbnb. Those batteries have actually lasted since July, and here we are in December, so far so good. Maybe it was just because the Blink was an older system. I guess it's 2 years old at this point, and the new one is still operating well, so maybe they finally fixed the battery life issue, but you still have to switch out the batteries, which is still a con, and the subscription service still sucks. So now I know my requirements for a good security system. We need good battery life, subscription-free service, ease of use, good iPhone app, easy to navigate, good camera quality, and a good price for the camera itself. So the security camera that I moved on to is the Eufy security camera. I think it's called the Eufy Cam 2C. I'll pop it up right here. But yeah, I bought it during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Pro tip, if you are starting an Airbnb, those 2 days are like the best days to purchase everything for your B&B because everything's gonna be on sale, especially like Anchor and Amazon products. They go on sale a lot. I'm actually currently using a Eufy smart lock on my latest B&B and I love that lock. Yeah, it's really good. It's got a fingerprint on it and it just works and has a rechargeable battery. So let's look at the pros of the Eufy Cam. First pro, it has a very large field of view, meaning it can see a lot. Like I was blown away by how wide the field of view was comparing it to the old Blink camera. It was cool to almost see my whole driveway now compared to my old footage. That was a pleasant upgrade. It wasn't something I was looking for, but nice to have. The app is fairly easy to use. I consider myself more of a tech guy, so I know how to navigate around smart things like apps and stuff. Maybe if you were a little bit older or less tech savvy, you might have issues, but really it's not that hard. And once you learn it, disregard everything I just said. It's easy to use. Battery life. Battery life is awesome. So the model that I got is advertising 180 days of battery life or half a year, but overall battery life is great. And the cool thing is it's USB rechargeable, so you don't have to swap out AA or AAA batteries anymore. You just take the camera down, plug it in via micro USB and charge it up. When the camera came in, it was about 70% charged, so I just put it on the charger to make sure it was fully charged. I think I just said charged like 3 or 5 times in a row. And finally, there is 0 subscription fee with this camera, which is a huge plus. All the footage that it saves it locally, meaning it saves it to the camera itself. And if you want to offload it, you can just download it to your phone to save any important footage that you need. And whenever it starts to get full, it'll delete the old footage first to make room for new footage. How many times did I just say footage? So I originally started with the Blink security camera and I have moved on to the Eufy security system and I have no regrets. I really like it. Granted, I only had the camera for about like the past week or 2, but in those past 2 weeks, it's been really good. The battery life and the 0 subscription fee were the big selling points to me. And if that's something that is important to you, then I would highly recommend looking into this camera. By the way, I'm not sponsored by them at all. I don't have enough subscribers to be sponsored by anyone yet. While yes, the newer Blink cameras are probably a lot better in battery life these days, I still don't like the fact that you have the subscription fee and you still have to swap out the batteries. I don't know why they just don't make them rechargeable because that'd be a lot easier. I think Blinks are going for like $100 for a set, where I paid around $150, $170 for the Eufy, and that was on sale. So they might be like $200 not on sale. Wait for a sale, they always go on sale. If I had to recommend a system for anybody that's starting out or is brand new to this whole Airbnb game, then hands down go with the Eufy, because not only are their security cameras good, but they have a whole ecosystem of other smart products that are amazing for a smart home and coincidentally amazing for an Airbnb. I think they're targeting more smart home users, but it's just coincidental that it works perfectly for Airbnbs too. You got their smart lock, which has a fingerprint and uses Wi-Fi. It's really good. You got these security cameras, which work great, rechargeable. Oh, smart locks are chargeable too. If I was starting fresh, I'd definitely just go all in on their ecosystem, because then all their products just fit on their app very easily, whereas it does get annoying when you have multiple different smart home apps that you have to go to check on your products. Anyways, if this video helped you in any way, then I would really appreciate it if you could like the video. It's completely free to do. Leave any questions or comments you have down below, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Tell me, yes, we were recording that. He almost died.